Right, this is for Aries. Things are falling over and everything. So I've just filmed the collective one. So if you watch the collective one first, and because I'm not going to bother saying the same on everyone, but this is for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rise, Venus. It's for anyone because, like I've said, you've all got Aries somewhere in your chart. So let's just not waste any time and get on with this. So that could be that could be, a thing within your connection that let's not waste any more time and let's get on with this. That's very Aries. That's very Aries as a masculine energy. That's very taking action, decisive action. It feels like very masculine. Right, what's the scripture for this? So, like I said, the way I channel the messages, I'm just going to go through the theme of the houses rather than so really just watch all of them if you like my messages. Um, I'm not telling you what to do, I'm just suggesting. Do not be conformed to this world, but transformed by the renewal of your mind. That's so in line with what I just said on the collective one at the end about the power of the mind and quantum leaping and stuff and what I help people do. 12:2, that's tomorrow. How amazing is that? Or 2:12, depending on what country you're in. But Romans 12:2. As far as the east is from the west, so far he's removed our transgressions from us. Psalms 103:12. I can never say that. But again, I feel there might be something significant about actual tomorrow. So that would be Monday as you're watching this. Right, so, and I just looked down at the word risk. I was going to pull these at the end, but they'll probably pull me them now in case I forget. Um, oh wait, that's a bit annoying that I can't see the title or whatever. Right, so Aries, you are a fire sign. You've come here to be the light. Keep being the light. See the light within yourself and everyone else. I feel what they're also saying about this, right? And it's what I say. I've said that over the past 10 years, and it's been coming through again a lot recently. Um, as an Aries, it's not easy. You are very honest. Too honest for some. You're very raw and real. Like again, this is all obviously I'm an Aries with Venus and Aries, so this is really resonating. But it's kind of like when you shine bright and when you're confident, you trigger people so much, and people can really sort of read you wrong. And it's because they're in a distorted energy. They're not seeing you how you truly are. So it's all very complicated. So I feel it's about, see the light within yourself, but it's trying to see it within other people, but not to the point of your own like detriment, don't be unkind to yourself and keep taking people's shine, basically. So there's something about that coming through, like, be kind to a certain point, and then it doesn't mean that you be unkind, but I feel this is about the other Aries energy being assertive. Like, I've told you no, or I've told you how I feel about this, or I've told you could you stop? And then if somebody doesn't, we're kind of talking about like if someone's been abusive or someone here, but it doesn't even need to be abusive. It can be other stuff too, like I don't know, like you're just kind of like you don't want to do something anymore, and somebody or like can you leave me alone? I need to go to sleep or something, or I need to go for a nap, or I'm stressed out with my kids, like I can't talk right now. Somebody's like calling you and text you. I don't. That's really specific, but um re-energize. Yeah, look again, that's coming through for someone again. It's like, I get the feeling like maybe you're like a busy mum or something or a busy dad, like whatever, but it's like you've got other priorities and somebody's like an energy vampire around you while you're trying to it's not even really trying to get stuff done. I just feel like you're trying to self-regulate and someone's not leaving you alone. It could even be like you're resting on your weekend and like somebody's draining your energy by like, oh, again, because they're talking to me about things that I've helped clients with in the past and recently, but they're also talking to me about like, things in my own life when like that's what I don't miss about not having like things like WhatsApp. Because again, I've had a few friends and family saying recently, like, are you going to get it? Because it's good for photos. But I think I'm delaying it because it's like I just think of exhaustion when I think of WhatsApp. It is fun in that, but you can just get pulled into things. And yet that can even happen through text, but like because I've had the shit end of the stick with that too, where people don't get back for like 2 weeks. So it's like, oh, I don't use my text, I use WhatsApp. And then sometimes I've felt the pressure from people that it's like, oh, I'm doing something wrong because I'm not conforming having the thing that everyone else has. But so again, I'm just sort of sharing that it's like, you know, these things might not seem that important, but it kind of is because it's like if you're not comfortable with something, you don't need to do it. So however that's again, see how this is like for most series. I don't need to tell you that because you'll be like, yeah, I do what I want, not being, it's not being selfish. It's like, that like by you actually seeing your own needs, it inspires other people to actually do what they want to do too, not people please. Because the opposite of Aries is Libra, which is people pleasing. So that's why Aries people can actually really help Libra a lot. Like one of my best friends, a Libra moon, I help her just speak her mind more and be more assertive and with what with some things and she, might take a bit of the, like I like to say it's like she might kind of tone down the ghetto bit and be a little bit or like, the bit where um yeah, you know what I mean? Like just to balance me out because it's about balancing, but it's just, however that resonates. What else have we got here? Try something new. So again, Aries is about new beginnings. You'll only know you can do something if you try. So I feel this is specifically coming in with the masculine energies that are watching this. It's like I think that started trying to channel through in the collective one, and then I got distracted. See, so that's symbolic of I feel there's been a lot of distractions with whoever's resonating with all this debate, and obviously there has. But you see, that doesn't sound like you see how karmic energies don't need to be like evil or like, really dark or like trying to sabotage you. It can be like people just pulling at your energy. Like somebody wants your, like you've got great energy and somebody wants some of your energy, but it's depleting you and you need to re-energize. So it can be that way too, but it can be dark energies too that are influencing, going through those you love. So it's not them themselves, but if they're not clearing their energy and protecting their energy, then demonic energies can work through people. I mean, that's just a fact, right? And especially if you're being an open portal in the way of like drinking and drugs and shit like that, you're just inviting them in. So um that's why you got to be careful of, I don't know why I'm saying this, but people that dabble with like different kind of recreational, I'm not even well that too, but I mean like, if you're using things like mushrooms and shit like that to like access other levels of consciousness, like it's not wise to do stuff like that. When you maybe don't really know what you're doing, it's actually quite dangerous. So again, that must be relevant for someone at some point for that to come through. Um, like, can you handle the kind of comeback? That's yeah. It's like, can you handle the come down from that? So whether this is talking about using mushrooms to get access higher levels of consciousness, or mucking about recreationally with drugs and drink and stuff like that, it's all not very wise because that's when you're given darker energies power over you. It's why, it's kind of like I've said before, but I think you've all had a moment with people where, and I just instantly went, you can't see, but I'm covering my solar plexus. So when you feel threatened, if you put your hand over your stomach, that's usually you're intuitively feeling guided to do that because there's energy attacks coming at you. So I feel if you're in Aries right now, especially, but this can really resonate for anyone, protect your energy because I do feel you are getting psychic attacks at this time. It's probably why actually that's one of the reasons I bet you they've guided me to record this unlisted. Um, but again, I might decide to record some of them live, but I don't think so because I'm getting through it quicker this way. And like I said, they've just overall a lot of feminines and masculines. Well, feminines mostly, I would say, because it's the masculines following the feminine leads. That yeah, I'm being guided to protect my energy, like really for the rest of the year. Um, more than what I usually do, which means like probably not. Again, I will go live at some point. I usually maybe even on Christmas Day, but I just don't know. Yeah, step up and lead New Moon and Capricorn, and that's not a coincidence that that one comes around. It's usually in January. I don't know exactly when it is, but it's usually January. Um, and but it's about your. I feel Aries is about leadership. I feel people that are resonating with this, like you could be being called up into some type of leadership at this time. And it involves like therefore you need to have even more protection of your energy in order to be able to help a lot of people. Right, okay. So could you tell us something? I don't know if I said that. Could you tell us I don't know if I said could you tell us something for the feminine masculine, but I'm going to say it now. Could you tell us something for the feminine? Push through any insecurity. That's fascinating. That came up for the masculine. So I'm wondering if they're saying this is the masculine's feelings about it, but as feminine, some of you need to push through your own insecurities about whether you're ready or not for whatever it is that's coming up in your life in whatever area. But I also feel that is about the masculines needing to push through false evidence of even real. You are ready, is what I'm hearing. Did we get another one for the feminine? Make time for self-love. Look at how much I just went on about Aries and Libra, but again, I always talk about the opposites, the Aries and the Libra especially. I love the kind of Aries and Libra opposite, and Virgo and Pisces always feel quite strongly. But yeah, make time for self-love. Keep focused on you to balance your energy at this time, and that's helping the masculine push through any false evidence appearing real fear. Right, what about the masculines that resonate with this? Speak your world into being, first quarter moon in Gemini. I feel this is communication. That already, I can't remember if that was a collective or this one, but it's like this masculine's getting ready to communicate. All the masculines in this group. Yeah, full moon in Cancer. A personal issue reaches resolution. I might use that as the. So it's like there's answers come. There's Cancer's feelings. There's some kind of answers coming here in this connection. Some kind of communication. Braveheart, well, that came out in the collective a few times. In the deepness of your wound, you summon truth, call forth light, strength, and forgiveness. The first card was like Braveheart. Yeah, somebody's coming forward with a brave heart. It's taken a lot of courage. And that came out in the collective too, didn't it? Apprentice. And they feel like that's what I'm getting. Like this masculine feels in some sort of way that this is all new, and like I don't even know if I'm doing this right. Inspired learning is the call of the soul in pursuit of self mastery. Be courageous with your emerging talent. So I feel this person's gifts are coming online and that's all new, but I also feel that's talking about it's new for them to communicate in the way that they're going to communicate with you. So be kind, right? Feminine, our spirit babies talk to me. I wonder if you see their signs too. So that's going to be relevant for whoever that's relevant for. Obviously, it won't be if you're past childbearing age or if you both don't want them. Because, like I say all the time, if that's relevant, it's because you both want that. I see and hear your name everywhere. And we're birthing the new earth. Oh, it could even be about birthing the new earth. We're birthing the new earth. It's not easy, but we knew we could handle it. And again, that is so true for Aries, especially, I would say. Right, the masculine. I'm afraid that I've lost you forever. Yeah. So again, that's so in the collective, but it's this masculine is feeling very passionate. They're afraid they've lost you forever. I feel they can intuitively sense that you're magnetizing other energies towards you too. And like I've said before, I feel it's unwanted, but it's like they're not liking that because they're like, this is destined to be with me, not anyone else. They will never compare to you. But I feel because of what I just said, yeah, this could be masculines that, whoever it is they've been involved with before, like they never compare to the feminine, and that's what this masculine's realizing. But because I just feel I'm not picking up on the people that are stuck with someone. But if I am, there's if you're a masculine that's stuck with someone else, that's how you feel, or this is how your masculine feels about that they're feminine, just nobody compares to how they feel about the feminine. And I just shuffled out two decks, it came out again. They'll never compare to you. Every time my phone rings, I hope it's you. So yeah, again, I think there is just this kind of energy of pushing through a bit of fear there. Right. So I'm now gonna end with forgive and release. You're stronger when you carry love and forgiveness rather than anger. Remember, the shadow side of Aries is anger, and you're enough. Wow, how perfect is that? The person you're meant to be with will love you the way you are. You don't need to change. So there's just such a strong energy coming through of stop worrying so much. You don't need to be perfect, both of you. And yeah, it's your person. Embrace it. It's going to be scary either way. Aries is about being brave. Right, what word have we got for the feminine or just overall? Integrity. Very interesting synchronicity when integrity and hope are two of my favourite words, right? And integrity for Aries. So I love what they done there. There was something magical like that happened on the one I filmed last night too. I'd mentioned I had one of these from a deck that I think I lost it and I bought this again. And it was the word simplicity on a vision board. And then I said, oh, I bet it comes out and it did. So if you want to see that, join the membership or hang around and wait. Again, like I said, you don't just do it because of that. If you join the membership, just know that I might actually have released it publicly by the time. So it's more that level of the membership is a way to give back for all the stuff I do for free. But there are other perks to it. You decide whether you join that or not. But if you're in a hurry and I haven't published it, you can see it now. Um, I haven't actually published it in the membership yet, but I'll do after I've put this. I will. Purpose, yeah. The masculine's feeling it's time to follow their purpose. Like that's very, very strong. Can feel it. Right, so that's kind of it's not 10 minutes. It's kind of I'll see at the end. I'm gonna need to get the timer through here for doing the rest. Roughly, they'll roughly be that. I'm not using all the same cards either. I'm kind of just going to whatever they give me to. So what have we got then overall for whoever need? Oh, oh yeah, look, birth again. So there's a huge. This is funny. This is what I mean. Again, I know I'm being very repetitive, but remember, I'm a hypnotherapist as well, and it's so the all drums in, and it's just that's what they say through me. Aries is birth. Whether you're looking at astrology or shamanism, Aries is the first sign. Um, I just opened up at the Queen of Roses, which I think is the Queen of Cups. The look out, oh, that's a warning, that's a tower moment. Look out, because I feel the light of the world. That's an important card. That is about, yeah, that is about having a very bright light that is guiding others, not only your twin flame, but it's also guiding a lot of other people. Um, but anyway, can we find the actual card? And then they just guided my eyes to the Oracle of Delphi, which is again another one of my energies I'm really connected to. So the sun shines upon a plain in England where stands an ancient hedge in the distance and grove of birch trees nearby. Um, that, that reminds me of a film there's a film called Heaven on Earth, I think it's called, and it's so beautiful. And it's got the guy out of American Pie, Chris Klein, I think his name is. Actually, is that not a guy from when I was younger? I don't know. I think it's something like that anyway. It's the one that was like Oz, but it's such and Josh Hartnett. It also, oh right, okay. There could have been yeah. I just realised that now I'm seeing things to do with now I'm seeing things to do with Pearl Harbor and that. So in the only is that got the same. So Josh could be a significant name actually. That will only be for a few people here, but like it's just because Josh Hartnett's in both those films, but or Chris could be a name too. It's just ignore that if they aren't. But it's just when I mention names in both those films, it's like a very difficult choice for the girl, not only because they're both hot guys and the looks are, whatever. Looks it's absolutely skim deep, but it's kind of like there could have been I feel there was a choice here. So again, and whoever this is for, I feel at one point, I feel this is more the masculine I'm feeling, right? That the masculine couldn't decide between two people. They didn't know who was who, right? And there was reasons pulling them to one and reasons pulling them to another. And unfortunately, I know this is going to trigger people, but look, beauty. That, like somebody could have been, yeah, like just like pulled in by somebody's looks, but then found out that beauty is only skin deep, you know what I mean? But it's kind of like could have been beauty spells. I mean, that's such a thing, by the way. Again, beauty spells, that could even be, I said this no one earlier, but that can even be like this type of crazy filters people use. And I'm not talking about wee touch-ups, because again, this Zoom touches me up and it does, I'm like, God, I don't look like that. But it's not like I don't look so drastically different. It's actually 441 as I'm filming this too. I'm talking about like filters that are mental, like it completely changes what somebody looks like completely. Um, and it's kind of like it's something like that, that it's like, or it's yeah, it's like this is how I'm tapping into masculine perceiving, like I found that attractive before, but I can't believe that because it's so fake and it's plastic and none of this is for me. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting, so it'll be different for different people. But yeah, in that Heaven on Earth film, it's actually very tragic and sad, but that's the theme that they're giving me here is that, but again, that must have been because a feminine at one point, you were getting pulled between them and someone else, and then it's mirrored. And remember, it can mirror like years and years later. So anyway, that's coming through. With this card, it's time for a new start, perhaps an actual birth or at least a metaphorical one. An old phase is passing away and a new one begins. And in this, but even this new beginning has its roots in your deepest histories and your past lives. There may be some labour involved, but it's a labour that bears fruit. This card is associated with fertility, sensuality, motherhood. There may be a new energy in romance, the family or the home. You could be giving birth to a creative project too. And again, it does feel like the masculine is like gifts are coming online. Whatever it is, celebrate. Prepare for the wonderful growth and opportunities that are about to come your way. Close your eyes and imagine yourself stepping into the proverbial pregnant moment. Feel the creative forces popping and sparking within you and around you. What would you like to create with this energy? Right, beautiful. So I'm going to end that there, and I'm going to go on to Taurus. So please this is where I'd say like, comment, subscribe, but you can't comment right now because the comments are off. But you never know. I might actually decide to premiere these, but I'll just decide. Like it if you can though, because that would really help. And thank you. See you later. Book a session if you need one.